Welcome to the Bush Auto Group X Lounge. For Nissan, Infiniti, and more, you'll do better at Bush. I'm Andy, this is Jeff, and we are so excited to present Josiah Siska here with us today. Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here. This is awesome. This is an awesome room.
I think one thing that everybody who heard your air check and now you talking is your voice is just fantastically deep. I wouldn't know much about that, but for you, who are some maybe classic country artists that you have grown up and inspired you to sound like that? Because I grew up listening to Gilbert Gottfried. That's why I sound like this. So for you, what were your inspirations
Man, it
in
was a
country
lot
music?
of Cash. It was a lot of Cash. I loved Don Williams. He was one of my favorites. Keith Whitley and stuff. But the lower singers, it came from a lot of Johnny Cash and Don Williams. Those are and Waylon too. Waylon was a bass. He had a nice low tone, I think.
But I also understand that Mark Miller from Sawyer Brown is a big influence and kind of responsible for where you are today. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, no, it was meeting Mark was awesome. He found me when I was a short-haired little 17-year-old kid coming fresh off of Idol. And he just, believed in me, was my first champion that I had in town. Took me under his wing. I had to do a lot of the cutting your teeth. He ain't going to hold your hand. That's not how Mark works. But he'll set a bar for you and try and get you to reach that. And, I just kept going and going high as I could go. And then came into Black River and met my record label and did a couple of presentations for them at some dive bars. And we had a lot of fun packing that thing out and rock and rolling. You were there for that, right, Brandon? At Belcourt Taps in Nashville. And then I got a record deal. So it just kind of worked out really cool. And Mark is one of my best friends. He's a dear mentor of mine. I have him produce actually a lot of the stuff I record. And I'll call him about opinion about a song or anything. It's awesome to have a guy like that in your corner.
A little self-serving here, but you're on the radio tour right now where you stop by and sing your beautiful music for people. But you said something about our room here, right?
This sounds incredible, yeah. No, this is like the best sounding. It sounds amazing. Don't tell the other folks that.
So it's too late. We've got this on video, so they all know. No.
Oh, they all sounded just as good.
So I was doing a deep dive into some of your videos and just a little of your history and stuff, and you are hilarious and clearly having so much fun doing what you do. So how about if we let you to it?
Sure,
Sound
yeah.
good?
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
we're going to rock this thing.
Go for it. Josiah Siska, everybody.
Oh, thank you. Oh, man, this is awesome to have a little crowd. I love that. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for giving us some time of your morning. I know it's probably a busy week for y'all. You got the Eagles going in the Super Bowl, so that's exciting. Yeah. It's going to be good. I'm pulling for the birds. I am. I'm pulling for the birds. This first song I want to play is track number 7 on my record that we released. It's a 7-song EP that's out. I grew up, a little bit about myself, I grew up in the churches. So I grew up learning music on the piano, playing in church. I would play piano and sing. And then my mother would sing, and my oldest brother, Bobby, would play guitar and sing, and my daddy would go and preach. I was a preacher's kid. So, down in Dahlonega, Georgia, we would go up. It was a little horse ranch we would have that we would go to, and it had a chapel at the top of the horse ranch in Dahlonega, maybe a little white chapel, 6 pews on each side, smaller than this room. And that's kind of where I started playing music and performing. We would play for the ranchers on the ranch, the horse folks that couldn't leave the ranch, so we kind of had like a traveling ministry, and we'd go up there and sing some Southern gospel for them. So I really wanted to include this song on my EP, and I wanted to write a gospel song, which was a challenge. I'd never written a gospel song before, or a Christian song. So I took this song idea I had called Better Man, and I took it into Mr. Doug Johnson over at Black River, and he wrote 3 Wooden Crosses. So I felt like he would kind of have an angle of where to go with a gospel song and make it country, but make it fun. And it just, the Johnny Cash guys, the George Joneses and stuff, they would include that gospel song on their records, and I wanted to kind of continue that tradition in country music of what they used to do and kind of bring it back. So the song's called Better Man. A lot of the influences, like I said, come from what I listened to growing up, but one of my favorite movies of all time is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Soggy Bottom Boys, Man of Constant Sorrow. So it has a little bit of that in it too. But yeah, this song's called Better Man, and this is a little gospel song I wrote about redemption. And it goes something like this. You ready, Hoss?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I feel like I'm always on my knees, begging for God to set me free. And sometimes my faith gets all blinded by the doubt, and though I can't, I know that He can see that I'm a better man than I used to be. In a world full of darkness, Lord, let me be a light. In a time so cold and heartless, Heaven help me make it through the night. I want to wake up in the morning, tell the children, spread the news. Look what He's done for this old sinner. Think of all He'll do for you. Lord knows that I ain't perfect, but because He died for me, I'm a better man than I used to be. Tell the devil I ain't coming. He can take my name off his list. Because I have been forgiven and my soul's no longer his. Why Jesus hung upon that cross, I'll never understand. But I can see the light through the holes in His hands. Lord knows that I ain't perfect, but because He died for me, I'm a better man than I used to be. I want to wake up in the morning, tell the children, spread the news. Look what He's done for this old sinner. Think of all He'll do for you. Amazing grace has set me free, and I'm a better man, and I'm a better man than I used to be. I'm a better man. I'm a better man. I'm a better man. I was a better man. Oh, thank you very much. But I just, when we wrote that, I really wanted to have that tradition thing going on with country music, and I wanted to include that on the EP. It was just kind of on my heart to do so. And it's also kind of a tribute to where I came from, my upbringing with my parents. So, I may be singing secular songs, but I'll always be my father's son. Wasn't always like that, though. Growing up, I was a very, very stereotypical preacher's kid, so I was really rebellious. I wouldn't listen to a daggone thing my dad said. Because not because my dad was wrong or anything bad, it was because my dad was right. So, he would tell me what I needed to do, and I'd do the opposite. And that was just kind of, even getting into music as country music was almost like a little bit of a rebellious act of, always playing the hymnals all the time. Now I end up coming full circle. I call my dad, he's the wisest man I know. I'll call him for wisdom all the time and ask him to pray for me and stuff like that. I love my dad. Yeah, kind of growing up, I was very rebellious. I wouldn't listen, but I would turn on the radio and I would hear a country song. I would hear one of my favorite classic country songs, whether it be a Charlie Daniels song or a Hank song. And it would kind of have the same moral, the same message, the same kind of lesson my dad was trying to teach me in the song. And I would listen if I heard it through the radio, but I wouldn't listen if I heard it from my dad. So I wrote a song about that called 3 Chords at a Time. And that's what I named the EP after. That's the title track on the EP is 3 Chords at a Time. And it's just really about growing up through the radio, 3 chords at a time. And it goes something like this. Grandpa left me that old Chevrolet. Didn't run, but the radio still played. And I sang along while Johnny taught me how to walk that line. And Hank Williams told me it's alright to cry. Guess the world just makes more sense with a country song, where the right is always right and the wrong is wrong. I learned to live and I learned to love right there in that old truck. Yeah, I grew up 3 chords at a time. I met a girl like Conway sang about. Fix the engine 'cause I had to take her out on the town. Then we'd pull over across that county line. Tailgate lovers, 6 strings and some wine all night. Guess the world just makes more sense with a country song, where the right is always right and the wrong is wrong. I learned to live and I learned to love right there in that old truck. Yeah, I grew up 3 chords at a time. Grandpa never knew the gift he gave me, but how that AM dial was gonna save me. Guess the world just makes more sense with a country song, where the right is always right and the wrong is wrong. I learned to live and I learned to love right there in that old truck. Yeah, I grew up 3 chords at a time. Yeah, I grew up 3 chords at a time. Grandpa left me that old Chevrolet. Didn't run, but the radio still played. Well, thank you very much. Oh, thank you so much. That song is really special to me because it's my story in a country song. It really was. I'd turn on the radio and I'd hear that message. I'd be like, yeah, all right, I'll listen to Charlie. And my dad says the same thing and be like, nah, not really. But growing up through the radio, 3 chords at a time, that I'm glad, I'm thankful for country radio because kind of made me who I am. This next song I want to play though is definitely on a different note. We did all the wholesome stuff. Now we're going to the party. This is going to be the radio single, which I'm super excited, super excited for. I had a lot of fun recording this song. We recently had the music video premiere on CMT, which was really cool and a surreal moment for me as an artist to get to see that kind of just something that I've worked on, be out there in a music video form on TV. That was crazy. The director of the video of this song, though, he describes it, the music video, as the Star Wars cantina scene meets the Hangover movie, which is definitely kind of wacky and out there. But I had so much fun making that video, and the song is called 3 Tequila Floor, because we don't really make it to 4 that often. And it kind of starts with a snap. It goes a little something like this. Cantina out in Cabo, I poured a shot of mezcal in a glass. I started talking to the worm at the bottom of the bottle. Well, we cried and we laughed. About then, I started losing all feeling. For every shot I had, I must have had one more. Next thing I know, I was staring at the ceiling. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor. Well, it got a little wild at the bachelorette party. Little Katie Shepherd weighed $105. She went from quiet and shy, wanting to fight everybody. White dress and a black eye, teardrops falling, makeup running like Tammy Faye Baker praying to the Lord. Started out fun, but now she's done. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor. For a good time, oh, add some salt and lime, oh, makes you feel so fine, oh, you'll keep wanting more. A few shots of agave makes your knees get wobbly, then it wrecks your body. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor. Tommy turned 21 like a rock star buying Cuervo gold round after round. Thought he was bulletproof till the shots started flying. Bottoms up and a man down, lying on the barroom floor, head spinning down for the count, looking for the door. Last thing he said, all blurry-eyed grinning, was 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor. For a good time, oh, add some salt and lime, oh, makes you feel so fine, oh, you'll keep wanting more. A few shots of agave makes your knees get wobbly, then it wrecks your body. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor. Mouth trumpet. Well, a spaceship crashed in the Roswell desert. A little green man stumbled into a bar, tried to blend in with all the other fellers. Well, so good, so far. A few drinks and he was having fun till some military men walked through the door. They dragged him off to Area 51, singing 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor. For a good time, oh, add some salt and lime, oh, makes you feel so fine, oh, you'll keep wanting more. A few shots of agave makes your knees get wobbly, then it wrecks your body. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor. Ah, thank you. And that's a fun song. I like that. I just, when I sing it, I kind of see the music video, so I start laughing because, I mean, when you see the video, you understand, but you got like a little green man standing on a bar top throwing $100 bills and people like, it's just, it's ridiculous. But those are the 3 songs we planned. I would love to play one extra if we have time. Do we have time for one more song? Can I do a little ballad or something? I'd like to play a love song personally. Let's see if this guitar is in tune enough to do so. Could I get just a little more acoustic? I'm finger picking on this one. This song is called Cold Heart on Fire. I hadn't written it in time to include it on this project, but it will be coming out on the next one. I wrote that with this guy right here. Me and Brandon like to write a lot of songs together. I wrote this with Brandon and my buddy Andrew. And yeah, it's just, it's a love song. I've been through the ringer with some tough relationships, but, I always am like, well, I hope I find someone that can set a cold heart on fire. So that's kind of where it came from, and it goes like this. I hope y'all like it. My heart's frozen like a stone. Out in a crowd, I feel alone. Like a comet blazing bright, you came crashing in my life and gave me love I'd never known. You light me up with just one touch. You're like a flame that's running wild. I'll keep burning for your love. You set this cold, cold heart on fire. Like a spark to gasoline. When your eyes are locked on me, I'm like a candle melting down. Whenever you're around, just a kiss is all I need. You light me up with just one touch. You're like a flame that's running wild. I'll keep burning for your love. You set this cold, cold heart on fire. So light me up and let me burn, and take the past I had, all the bad, strike a match and let it die, and set this cold, cold heart on fire. You light me up with just one touch. You're like a flame that's running wild. I'll keep burning for your love. You set this cold, cold heart on fire. I'll keep burning for your love. You set this cold, cold heart on fire. Yeah, it's a cold heart on fire. And well, thank y'all for letting me sing some songs. I'd love to get to meet each and every one of y'all. I don't know, y'all got any closing statements for the congregation?
Just thank you.
Yeah, give it up one more time, Josiah Siska.
I know, and I'm glad you gave us that little last one too, because it's just warmed us all up a little bit. Yeah. Good stuff. We're looking forward to good stuff from you in the future, Josiah. Thank you.
No, thank y'all so much. It's been a pleasure being here and playing. I think we brought some pictures, so I'd love to sign something for everybody and take some pictures as well.